and welcome to another episode of SnobS, where we had just had the contest winner, and we went and saw Kick-ass 2, and now we're going to give you our impressions of the movie that we saw, and then we'll probably set up for the next movie that we're going to go see, which we probably don't know just yet, because it's September. There's not a lot coming out in September, but first thing off, we should probably talk about the trailers. There were way too many of them.
Holy crap, there's a lot of trailers.
There was a lot of trailers.
Not very many good ones either.
No. I particularly did not like the Metallica movie at all. That looked stupid. I'm sorry if you're a Metallica fan, you're probably looking forward to this, but I guarantee you there are probably not going to be a lot of Metallica in it. Just them in concert, with a really bad story behind it.
And yet it's still better than Justin Bieber's Never Say Never.
Yeah, it'll probably be better than that. I'll give it that.
It looked... The Metallica one reminded me of back in like the 90s. Poison did those like movies like...
So did Pink Floyd.
No, like Pink Floyd like had a movie about their album. Like Poison, they had they had a movie where like they had to fight like a crime boss while they were doing like a concert, and yeah, that's kind of what reminded me.
It kind of reminded me of like that Kiss movie.
Oh, where they had the
like a road trip to the Kiss movie. It was very similar to that, except they were taking it way more serious. It wasn't a comedy.
Like there was riots and people were getting hit. And there were cops with the shields and the batons.
Yeah, that was just dumb. And then there was like the Chronicles of Riddick.
It looked like bad,
but it's pitch black again.
Just on a different planet, different time.
Yeah.
During the day, I think.
Which I did say was the best out of the two. But why you have to make it again? It's like the same problem Die Hard 2 had. Like Die Hard was really good. Why make another one? What could you do different? Nothing. Just make it again. Except this time with an airport, or New York, or the internet, or Russia. Stop making Die Hard movies.
What else was there? There was...
I don't remember the other trailers.
I don't know, there was quite a few.
There was too many, and I...
Oh, there's that old man, Johnny Knoxville one.
That's, yeah, there's that. I think that's because they can't do
Jackass anymore.
That's their alternative. Because it's supposed to be, it's not, some parts are acted, but
a lot of it's just reaction.
Actual reaction, yeah.
I don't want to see that.
I didn't like any of the Jackass movies, except for like maybe the prank parts were pretty funny, but when they got like
when they're
gross or unnecessary, that's when it lost my interest.
I have nowhere. Our buddy Brent was sitting next to us, and when that one was going, he was laughing at it, especially at the part where the little kid was dressed up. I was like, I don't find a lot of things wrong, but that's not right. That is not okay.
That is wrong. It's wrong. But at the same time, I don't have a lot of love for those actual pageants and those stupid mothers. So if they actually pulled a prank like that on somebody like that, that's kind of funny. But it's still...
I don't want to see a little boy
dressed like a little girl.
Or even like a little... I have no problem with people dressing up.
They did something. They did something. That was the thing, though. That's the joke from Little Miss Sunshine. And that's like a huge spoiler if you haven't seen that movie. But that is the joke. She's going to a pageant, and her fellow family is going to take her there, and her grandpa was helping her with her routine, and then he died, and then they didn't know what her routine was, and it was a striptease like that.
Oh well, he just ruined the whole movie for me.
Yeah,
thanks a lot.
I ruined it for everybody. Steve
Carell.
Steve Carell. Yeah, Steve Carell. He played a game. Yeah. There, it's completely ruined now.
Well, now I don't have to go see it.
It's not a bad movie.
I don't even remember.
But yeah, I don't remember. There was a lot of trailers, and I don't even remember them. See, that's how bad they were. So
Yeah.
And then there was the movie itself.
I did not hate it.
I didn't hate it either.
I enjoyed myself mostly.
Yeah.
There were parts that it didn't hold my attention the entire way through.
It held my attention. It just was not as good as the first one.
There were some parts that kind of dragged.
You know what the problem was the pacing. The pacing was bad. There is a cat.
Staring.
The pacing was horrible.
Yeah.
But the movie was pretty good. You wish it didn't capture you like the first one did. It wasn't like, oh yeah. I was surprised almost everybody came back except one of his friends.
Yeah.
That was it.
Well, in the movie his friend came back with different acting.
I don't think it was the same friend.
It was Todd.
It was Todd?
Yeah, that was Todd.
Oh shit.
1 minute.
I didn't think that. I don't remember his name, but if it was Todd, then
Same friend, different actor.
a totally different actor. I mean, if it was Todd, his infatuation for Hit Girl at the end of the first movie was completely gone.
It was the superhero parts in it. I like those were
This
bomb date. Like when they actually had like the heroes and stuff together doing their stuff. Like that was. I did not dislike a single part of that.
You know what would have been kind of neat and a neat nod is if they actually, when they're doing broadcasts about superheroes across the world, is if they actually
Show the actual heroes in Seattle and stuff.
yeah, like, because there are people who actually do go on patrol and dress up like Phoenix Jones. It would have been a neat little nod if they had gave them a nod.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of a missed spot. They could have actually, even like an internet thing, or just like in the background somewhere, and they did not. And I was like, okay, that's just a nitpick. That's not really. They didn't really break the movie or anything.
It's something they could have done.
It's something they could have done. And better looking superheroes, because I thought that was a caution. Everybody, especially the mom and dad, they had a really, like, I was like touched by their, like, why they were superheroes, but they were lame superheroes.
A lot of them were, but at the same time I think they were going for that homemade money feel for it.
I get that, but like a lot, it was like my point is, like, a lot of attention was paid to like Jim Carrey's character, and you could tell.
Yeah.
And not so much. They gave him a backstory, but they didn't really give him.
They didn't go in depth.
Yeah, or give him better costumes and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I think it could have been done a little bit better. But it could, like, they were basing this off a comic book that I have not read, and those costumes could look exactly like they're supposed to. And if they are, then I'll give them a lot of credit. But I don't really know at this point. So
this movie what I walked away from it was it's a know who you are movie.
yeah, that was the first one though.
The first one, it was more like finding out what you liked about yourself. Like, not knowing who you are and
finding out who you are.
There is a distinction.
If there is, it's very, very.
There's a thin line.
Yeah, and they did not make it. Yeah, I didn't think they did a good enough job. Because it just seemed like it would just kept going from the first movie. Which would have been nice if they had kept up the same pacing or the same kind of attitude. But they didn't really do that. And it was just kind of like, oh. That's what I walked away with. Just
they skipped 2 years and they're like, alright, we're gonna be heroes again.
yeah, basically.
Well, like Hit Girl didn't stop being a hero.
I liked the relationship that Hit Girl had with Kick-ass. And they were making it kind of a love thing. But, man, were they holding back on that one because they were like, the age difference isn't right. Like you could tell that they want to do a third one, and they're gonna hook those two characters up. But they held it off.
Yeah, they held it off.
They did held it off.
They even pointed out in the movie, like, she's 15.
Oh yeah, she was like, checking.
Alright.
He's gonna do it again.
Sure.
But they held it off. It was a relationship going on there. But I liked it because it made sense that those two. See, that was the problem. I don't know, the comic book or in the actual script, they made those two characters too young for each other. The age difference.
It might have been just the book.
It might have been, but if it was kind of like a oops. Because I didn't like, because he hooks up with this, night bitch?
Yeah.
I think her name was. He hooks up with her, but it's just meaningless sex, and I was like, well, it didn't go anywhere. Like, they had no chemistry. Like, the end of the first movie, him and his girlfriend, or the girl he liked, Katie. Okay, Katie. they had like a built-up relationship, and there was a lot more meaning to it. And I was like, oh yeah, they hooked up at the end.
And that falls apart in one scene. Now, you see her in one scene.
You did fall. You know, they wanted to get her ass out of there. That's basically. I'm surprised she came back for that, but.
Paycheck.
They even had her friend.
They did.
From the first one. She was there too. But my point is, the night bitch in this one, they had no chemistry. It was just like pointless sex. And I'm just like, why are they even doing it? Like this.
I think there was an attraction there, but they didn't feel comfortable enough with the.
I think so.
It might have been just a physical one, or like the adrenaline of fighting crime together.
Well, that was it. They didn't do a good job. Basically, is what I'm saying.
Well, I think he thought it was an actual relationship until after she got attacked.
I don't know.
And then there was that scene.
Because then she made the point even in that one scene that they didn't even know each other's real names. And it was like, well, in the movies even pointing it out. It's like, yeah, this was nothing. Why would he think it was anything? Like,
he's young.
Yeah.
Experienced.
Sure. I was young, and I fell in love. I knew that was it. I think you could say the same thing. So I don't buy that argument.
But she was all like, "Oh, nuh-uh, man, no, I
don't buy it."
You did. You bought the ticket.
I did buy the ticket, but I didn't buy that scene. What else is there to talk about? The fight scenes. I remember people saying that the fight scenes were one of the better points of going to the movie. I kind of disagree with that. The fight scenes were
okay.
Okay.
They were very choppy.
What we got, they were okay.
They weren't like super shaky cam, which you get in a lot of like the PG.
No, they were shot all right. It was just choreographed. Them fighting though, like
it was very predictable.
I didn't say that. Well, yeah, you knew. I think you knew who was going to win. That predictability. But I think you watch any superhero movie and say well, Superman's probably going to win this fight, or Batman's going to win this fight.
Huh.
They might get knocked down a little bit or beat up, but in the end they're probably going to win the fight.
Actually, when Dave went out the first time on his own, he was in the pimp outfit.
Yeah, but that's also contrary to Kick-ass though, because in the first movie, he went out for the first time, he got hit by a car and stabbed. Yeah, so you kind of already, when they showed him losing, even after he got trained, it's well, that's kind of his character. He kind of gets his ass kicked. Nicolas Cage joke in the first movie.
You should call him Ass Kick.
But,
that picture of him hanging over the table was kind of creepy.
I think that was kind of the point.
There was their homage to him. I wish they did a flashback to it or something like that.
I'm surprised it didn't. Some kind of flashback, you mean?
Yeah,
get everybody back, Cage back,
yeah, just for a little flashback, when.
I'm surprised it didn't. Yeah.
Kick-ass could have a flashback to when he was
something
like,
that
on
was
fire or something.
not said in the first movie, but
Yeah.
said in between scenes. Yeah.
Like after his dad died, like something that Big
Hell,
Daddy
it
might
did
have
Dark
said.
Knight Rises. I mean, why not fucking do it? Why not do it in Kick-ass 2?
Because Kick-ass 2 was better than Dark Knight Rises.
So, yeah, the fight scenes were.
They were okay. They weren't great, but they weren't horrible. They were.
Ooh.
They're about what I expected them to be.
Is it?
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping that because I was hearing a lot of hype about that, they would up the ante on it. Not upped enough.
It seemed like.
Ugh.
It seemed like when it was slow, it was like really, really slow, and then when it picked up the tempo, it went from like 0 to 60 in like a second, and it was slow back down.
I like that car chase scene they did. If
Well,
the movie was more like that, I would have liked it more. I think.
Which the one where she was on the van,
Yeah.
or
That's the other thing I will bring up about this movie. It's kind of my last point. The trailer gave away everything. And I think that's what kind of killed the movie, too. If you've seen the trailer,
you knew what was going to happen.
even the Red Band trailer, that trailer almost played scene for scene the whole
major
movie.
parts. At least the major parts of it. Like,
Well, yeah. Well, that's all you really need, though. Like, we knew that he got shot. That was like the shot scene was at the beginning. And then him saying he was going to be the motherfucker.
mm-hmm.
And even go to the community. It was like...
Even the final battle was...
It was like a summary of the whole movie. And that is bad. You don't make trailers like that. You try to, like...
intrigue them to come see
Yeah.
it, and then you give them the full... They handed out the keys to the factory on that one.
Oh, man, that was bad. I was very... Yeah, I was kind of mad when I was realizing that. I was like, this is the whole trailer. This is just a longer version of the trailer. And I've already sat through 6 of these things.
With more talking.
Not even 6, it was like 8 or 10. And now we got this extended Kick-ass trailer. And we're like, oh, this is the whole movie. Okay, yeah. Yay.
It wasn't horrible. John Leguizamo was in this. That's his name, right?
Who?
John Leguizamo. The guy who
Yeah, he was the... Luigi, you mean?
Yeah, Luigi, yeah.
Yeah, he was the bodyguard. I liked him.
And then they just, like, kill him like
Yeah,
that. Like, out of nowhere, just dead.
I didn't mind that part, either.
There were parts that kind of... And it was like, oh, crap. Like, they were like, well,
Yeah.
when Dave's dad got killed...
Yeah.
I saw it coming, but when it happened, I didn't expect it to be like that. Like, there were
I should have
parts
probably
that...
put a spoiler thing at the beginning of the video.
Oh,
Oh, you're gonna do that? Oh,
Yeah.
alright, cool.
Like there were parts in the movie like you see it coming a mile ahead, and then when it happens, you're like, not like you knew it was gonna happen, but it's not exactly how you thought it would turn out.
Yeah.
The teenage girl parts were, I don't, for some reason they made me feel uncomfortable. Like when they did the dance team thing, like
It's because you're getting old.
I am getting. It's because I have a kid.
Yeah. She's a girl, too. You should feel disgusted by that crap.
No, you need to have.
That changes, that changes your whole...
Did you like it?
No.
No.
I'm too old.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that, like I have friends who are younger than me who go, oh, that Emma Watson, I'd like to her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ew. She's a little girl. And then I'm like, I have to take a step back. I'm like, I'm really old. She's a little girl to me. And like, ew.
I'm not old though. I'm like.
Yeah, you're getting there, yeah. You're old enough to where high school girls should not be attractive to you anymore.
I'm not that old.
What? You're only like...
I guess emotionally I am, but...
You're like 16 years away? Not even that. What, 13 years away from your own daughter being right there?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
12.
12? Yeah, 12, yeah.
12. Oh my god.
Yeah. I've never liked stuff like that.
It seemed
Sex appeal in movies are kind of pointless to me. They kind of like blows over my head, and people have to kind of like go back and say, "Oh, that's hot," and I'm like, "Was it?"
Okay, I guess.
Hey, yeah, okay.
I did like her routine though. It kind of reminded me a little like an homage to Sucker Punch a little bit. Where she had like a fantasy about doing something else, and she.
It kind of reminded me of something other than that too. But I guess that's kind of like something. Slight delays.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminded me of Sidekicks.
The fantasy steps.
The Chuck Norris thing with the But other than that, I would recommend you do not take your children to this movie, even though it's a superhero movie and they might want to go to it. No.
Not for kids.
Not for little kids. Not for anybody
under 16.
Yeah, at least.
You could probably get by at 15 because there's a 15-year-old in there. Which they continually remind you that she is 15 the entire movie.
Well, there's just a lot of violence in it.
Yeah.
Kind of an adult movie. Not as much gore as I would hope.
It was there, but it was very toned down. Compared to like the first one, it was very, hey, let's not have as much CGI blood.
I did not like that end fight scene, how they ended the fight scene with Russian chick.
Oh yeah, the adrenaline boost.
The CGI classic.
That reminded me of there was a movie where like that happened where like he just went really really fast. I don't remember what it was, and it makes me feel bad that it's like kind of remember it? Like
something similar to that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like they kept saying like it's a last resort needle, and as they were doing it, it's like I was thinking in my head like, oh, it's adrenaline. It's definitely adrenaline. And like right when they're getting ready to do it, she's like, ah. It's like it's adrenaline. She gives it to her. It's like adrenaline rush. She's like, ah, I knew it. I knew it. I'm smart.
That's pretty much all I gotta say about the movie. You have anything to add?
No, it was just okay.
It was just okay.
It was alright.
It was okay. So, thanks for watching. That's our thoughts on Kick-Ass 2.
Yeah. Would you go see it again?
Probably not in theaters.
Would you buy it on the Blu-ray?
I'd probably buy it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, maybe. If they have like a bunch of like deleted scenes that might help the movie, I'd buy it.
Oh really? Just deleted scenes?
Deleted scenes. I like the commentaries. I like listening to the commentaries on movies like that.
Yeah. I'd probably just buy it just because I didn't dislike it that much. It's just kind of
okay. It was very underwhelming.
Yeah. It was Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 3.
You know, it wasn't as bad.
Alright.
That's about it, yeah. Like,
till next time.
Subscribe, comment, share.
Go check our other videos and stuff.
Yeah. And that's the show. So
that's it, I guess.
Stop watching.
Or keep watching. I don't know how long it's keep
Go
going.
watch another one of our videos.
Annotations.
Yeah.